are starting with the brows. So you brush your brows up, you brush it down, you brush it up, then you brush it to the side. The reason is that you have some stubborn hair, some ingrowth there that you have to don't brush it out, you must see it clearly. I want to start removing the hair, then I'll start smooth one, start from head here. So when the head is clean, just remove it, just smooth. Do it line by line, you don't rush it. Then you rush down, excess, brush up again, and see the ones that are longer. You trim everything out. Trim it out. Brush it again because it has to be perfect. Then you come down and trim it side now. Line by line. Okay. So I think I'm okay now. So I'm repeating the same thing, what I did on this side. I'm repeating it on this side. From the tail, don't forget you have to brush at interval so you can see what you're doing. And note that your brows, they are not twins, they are sisters. So it's not always the same, but just make sure when you're working with it, you have to work to make it as close as possible so it's not be too obvious. It's important to clean the face when you want to work on it. So we have different types of cleansing materials you can use. We have micellar water that you can use to cleanse your face. And this one we are using a cleansing mouse because the skin, it has to be clean wherever you want to, because if it's not clean it will affect your jaw. So we are doing it gently. So you brush it out. Then this is advisable. If you have a sensitive skin, please don't get in. You can just get in micellar water, then you are good. Because if you have a very sensitive skin, you might react to this. Like your skin will be so red. Just, I'm not forcing it. The mouth is so soft. Just pause on your okay. After that, then I'm using my wipes. If you are using it at home, you can use water, a clean water, to wipe it off, to rinse it off. Sorry. Just with my wipes, just to cleanse it. So you can see it's very clean now. Very clean. So what we do now is we leave it to dry. I'm applying my primer just to mattify the essence, to not be oily. Then I'm using my mascara one only to brush it out. After it's dry, I'm going with my brow tamer, so it can tame down all, you can see, to straighten it out. If there's any short ingrowth there to bring everything out. After that, I am applying my powder. It can be your shade, it can be a shade lighter, but don't use a shade darker. So you can also use your setting powder just to bring all the tamad inside. So then you check again. Make sure it's mattified. So now I want to go with the pencil. Make sure your pencil is sharp pointed. Then we'll start. You can see I'm not adding any extra space to it, so I'm going to the upper part also. Same thing. I'm not adding any extra space. I'm just covering our brows. You can see the shape is even out already. Then you just fill in with it's just light stroke. Fill in with light, very light stroke. We are doing the same thing on this part. Now we are going in. See, if your pencil is sharp, it will be easy for you to draw a precise line. Then this through. You can see I'm using David's pencil, but if you buy the fake of this pencil, you will not get a good result. Then I'm filling in just a light, see, just light stroke. Just light stroke. Don't stress yourself. Can see. So I'm done with the brows. I want to clean the brows. So this is what I'm using. I'm using my flat head brush and this fluffy brush just to blend it out. Then I'm using concealer. I'm using a 2 shade lighter than her for the concealer. Blend it out. Yes, ma'am. See, then you use your fluffy brush. It has to be fluffy, so we use it just to clean it out. So if you want to do the front part, use the exact shade. Just the exact shade. That's the reason to blend it out. And so then we are going to the other side. We are repeating the same thing on here. So for easier access, you can just pull off the skin so you can see clearly what you are doing. I want to clean the upper part of the brows now, so I'm using our exact shade to clean it off. I'm not reducing it, I want to make sure it is very, very neat. So that's what I am doing. Yes. Then use your brush to blend. So I'm doing the same thing on the other side. Blend it out. I'm using a lighter shade. You can use your setting powder, a lighter shade of the powder to set the brow bone. This is your brow bone. It's just to mattify any oil that is there. You can see, and it will make it pop also. Okay, so now we are done with the brows. You can see we are going in with our skin prep. So we are just doing the simple step that we are using our moisturizer, we are using our setting spray, and we are using our mattifier, that's the primer, because she has a very oily skin. So she has a oily skin. I'm just using just little moisturizer for her. And yes, moisturizer is compulsory. If you have oily skin, you have dry skin, it is very, very compulsory. So you moisturize the under eye. It's very, very important. Very important. Then you blend. If your brush is not working very well for you, you can use your hand. But make sure your hand is very clean so you are not transferring germs. Okay. So this is it. Then we'll leave it to dry. We're using our fan to dry it. So now, because she has a very oily skin, we are using this primer, the mattifier. So we are applying it on our face. I prefer hand to blend this particular one, and know that my hand is very clean. And when applying your primer, avoid under eye. Don't need your primer there. So that place will not be too mattifying, and your products, any products you apply there will not be breakable. Then on the nose, apply lesser product there, just little. Even if it's your foundation, your concealer, it should be little. Don't apply too much on it. Go into the forehead. Blend it. Blend it very well. You can even see from afar that the face is dry already. Yeah, just the fan. Stop.
Don't talk about me seriously.
So I want to go in with my foundation now. So I'm going in with my beauty blender. The beauty blender is damp, it's not wet. So you put water on it, then you squeeze it out. So it will be very, very soft and it will be easy for you to use. Then you start your blending. So you are spreading it out. You are spreading it out. Your empty blender, you are spreading it to the neck area, to the air area. So let's come to this other side too. Then you blend inside also. See, I'm not applying too much foundation. I'm just spreading the one eye. You can use your brush to blend also. Not foundation brush for blending. You know, our brows is there red, so you have to be careful and mindful. When you are applying foundation, just come here, just need to, I don't want one because I'm still bringing the concealer there. Then to the nose also, just need to. You can see I do the nose part last. Don't want too much products on the nose. Then the blending is very easy. It's not too harsh. So you then blend. See anywhere that you corrected. Okay. So now I'm going in with the blush. So I'm not using a creamy blush because she has the oily face. I'll be using a powder blush. So I'll just apply just this way. Then I'll blend it out. Tap, 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 tap. So I'm going to the other part also. Then the brows. You can see I'm using the empty part just to light it in on the nose area. So I'm using the concealer now. So the concealer will be 2 shades lighter than our color. So that's why I'm using them. Make sure it is not too much. It's just little. Then your under your jaw area. then your nose bridge. So if you have a big forehead like my own, don't apply concealer here because it will make it more obvious. So now I want to go in with my blending. I'm starting with this top area. Then I'm going in with this. So while doing that, the one I used at for the under eye is setting in already because I want it brighter a bit. So you can use your brush to blend. You can use your beauty blender to brush to blend whichever one is convenient for you. So after you're done with your blending, now we are applying a powder. We are applying a powder. So we are applying a brighter shades of powder on it. So note that you can see, look down, look up. You can see that this place is creasing already. So you tell her to look up for just for a few seconds. Look up. So it will be easy. Can you see now? Can you see how smooth is this? Then the other side also. You have to smoothen it out before you apply your powder on it. Then you press it inside. So what we are doing basically is we are mattifying that place just to remove all the necessary oil from the foundation or the powder that we use. Then after that, we are going with our setting powder. So we are going with the setting powder. So we are setting it now, we are not baking it. So what we do is so you can see, so I'm dapping it here because I want to set it. I'm quick, I don't want too much. Then I'm using it on her. Same thing on the other side. Same thing here on the nose also. Okay, then I'm applying the powder to the whole face. We are applying an exact shade of powder to the whole face. Don't forget the neck area. Blend it down, blend it out. And don't forget. So I'm doing powder contour. I'm not doing cream contour, so I'm doing powder contour. So I'm just picking, I'm not picking too dark shade, I'm just picking this particular brown shade just for a contour. Then I'm applying it just because I want to create an illusion to reduce her face. So if you want to apply contour, different contour goes for different types of face structure. So now I want to do the nose contour also. So I'm starting from here. Just as if we are writing capital letter Y. Then we are done with that. Now we want to bake the face. Aside from the baking of the face, like you want to make it more brighter than more pronounced, it helps in keeping eyeshadow fallout also. So if there's any eyeshadow fallout, definitely it will be on it. So it will not stress you. Just stop. As if. Then I want to give a shape to this side, so I'm just applying here. Alright, I should have used this lip moisturizer before starting the makeup. So it will have moisturized the lips. You just apply it on the lips. So just leave it there till we are done. We are starting our eyeshadow now. So we want to do smoky brown. So we are not using eyeshadow primer face. So we are starting with this one straight. That's a gel, black gel liner. If you are not good with your blending, don't bother using this. Just put the normal one we are used to. That is your primer, and you apply your shadow on it. So now I'm starting the blending. When you are blending, you have to be very, very careful, and you have to be very, very fast, because it is very, very fast. If you are not fast enough to dry, you can see for easy blending, she helped me raise face up. But in case you are working for someone that can't do that, no way. You just use your powder puff to pull it up for easier access. Very soon. For easier access. So it's just as simple as that. You can see the face is even smoking already without adding eyeshadow. So without adding eyeshadow yet, you can see how popping the face is. But we are not using black. We want to do brown smoky. So now we are going in with our brown shades. We are using this shade of brown. Then we start placing it directly on it. You see the effect. outer part.
It's scary like a sci-fi show. You're cruising down the I-5.
You can see that the dark shade is changing already, but you don't want the black smoky.
Harder and harder to
No
focus.
brown.
Just man, so it's harder to own it. So if it helps you, I'm here with.
And this eyeshadow style is very, very bad. Like pam pam, within a minute you're done. Just make sure your blending is perfect. Okay, so now I'm done with that. So now I want to use a transition color just to blend out the upper part. So you can use this, you can use this. So I'm mixing the two together. So just the upper part of pencil, because we don't want any harsh line at all. So that's why I'm using that just to blend it out. You can see this side now compared to this side. So now I'm going in the other side also. So it's very important to use a fluffy brush. You can see this brush is fluffy and brand for easier blending. So like this, I'm done. But I want to pop it up, so we are adding glitters to it. We want to add a dark shade of pigment now. So this is the pigment glue that we are using. So I will apply little whenever you want to place it on. I'm placing it on the eyelid, just the lid. That's where I want to put it. I don't want to extend it. So I'm doing the other part also. Then I'm going in with the glue. Sorry, the pigment. So you are pressing it inside, so you won't have much fallout. You can see I made a mistake here. So press it. You don't want fallout. You can see there's no fallout yet. Okay. You can use your finger also to pick your pigment. You know, some people are always afraid. They say their pigment will finish on time. They use brush, but me, I'm okay with brush. So we are good with that. I want to give this place shape now. So what I will put down, what I will do is I will just use my concealer. Don't use it wrong. You can see how sweet that place looks like and sharp. So that's what we want. Same thing on this other side. It's not compulsory. Then I'll use my beauty blender just to apply little setting powder there. Okay, so if I did smoky, so I don't need I don't need eyeliner, but I'll do the under eyeliner. I want to apply the lashes, so I'm using this method. Just see. So I'm tying it on the lash area. So I'm placing my lashes on this.
What's the name? She's like, but how do you see that word?
Okay. Stop it. I want to do the Honda eye, just the one. Then what I do is they are pulling it down. And things to go to the other side also. To pull down. I want to start with lips now, and don't forget we apply lip moisturizer. So I want to use my plain parts and clean parts of the beauty blender to absorb it because it's still very obvious, and I don't want it to affect my lip. So now I'm going in with a dark brown. So she has a bold lips, so I don't want to go outside the lips. I'm okay with that now. I want to go with the inner shade I want to use. I don't want something much. So you can just tell, if you are doing that, you can just mark your lips. Mark again. Mark again. You can see it's not yet even there. That's when you now go in with your brush. You can see I'm using a very fluffy brush. We're not using a hard brush, a fluffy brush. You smile for easy. You can see it's so easy. You can see I'm blending out the ash line where the two lines join together because you don't want to see it. You don't want to know where the two lines meet. So that's where I am blending out. Okay, you can see now, you can see how beautiful and how sweet the lip is. When you are doing the look, don't stress yourself at all. So as it is now, if I like, I can outline the lips with my concealer. If I like, I won't. But still, I am not outlining the lips. Thank you. We are done. Now I want to remove the excess setting powder from it. So I'm using this Milani pressed powder to do that. So what you do is you dab, not too much. You're using it to just out. Then pick up. Like,
So the powder I used is nothing to the skin.
so now I want to go with the powder also,
Alright.
just to reveal my face with some oily parts.
I think I like it.
The essence of this setting spray, this is Kids Beauty. You know it. The essence of this just to melt the makeup together. This is to melt makeup together. This is not to hold. It's not a fixing spray. We are using fixing spray also, but this one is not fixing spray. So close your eyes. Then you shake it together. Then you start. Generously on putting it. You see the effect after you are done. After that, take off. Don't no squeezing, we just put fan. You can see this is just a natural look. So this is the finished look. You can see how simple it is. This is a Lock It mist that we're using. We're just applying it. Tell the hide the lips because it will break it. Just small.